Good afternoon, podcast listeners. Thank you so much for being with me today. My name is Kat Johnson from Expedia Cruises OVC, and I'm so excited to be here today with Brisma from Carnival Cruise Line. Thanks for being with us, Brisma.
Thank you, Kat. I'm really happy to be here as well and can't wait to talk to everyone.
Well, I can't believe it's taken us this long to get you on because Carnival Cruise Line to me just embodies cruising. So, for anybody who might not know who Carnival Cruise Line is, do you want to give us a brief overview?
Absolutely. So, okay, I want to say, how do you not know about Carnival Cruise Lines, right? But we are America's most popular cruise line, right? We're going on 52 years and we're all about bringing the fun. So, I cannot wait to have you on board a Carnival cruise if this is your first time.
Now, Carnival was founded in 1972, so you've been around for a very long time. And every time I think of the word carnival, I truly think of the word fun. So you guys have really done a great job with that. What kind of voyages do you offer? How many ships do you have?
That is a really great question. So, being America's largest cruise line means that we have to back that up, right? And so, right now, we're looking at almost having 27 ships. We just had the introduction of our newest ship, which joined our family, and that is the Carnival Firenze. But you mentioned something that I think is really important. You asked about our itinerary. So, really quickly, we are known as being king or queen, whatever you want to call it, in the Caribbean. And we have amazing itineraries that will go through the Eastern, exotic Western, and Southern. But we are also available for Alaskan cruises. We do New England and Canada cruises. And one of the really special things we've added, and it's not as recent, but we're just becoming a lot more known for that, is our European sailings, which happen in the summer and early fall. And one of my favorites, which is basically our journey sailings. And we have, believe it or not, we have cruises that will go to Asia. They will hit Vietnam. They'll hit Japan, Malaysia, of course, Hawaii, and in Australia. We have tons of itineraries. We actually do have a ship in Australia as well. So pretty much worldwide at this point.
And you have a very exciting announcement. I don't know if a lot of people have found out, but you're going to drop down some serious roots in the Bahamas as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what gave it away. Like maybe let's see if my background there can cooperate with me. But so we have a brand new, incredible island. It's going to be the absolutely most gorgeous thing that you can anticipate in Grand Bahama, and that is Celebration Key. So this is an image behind me of Celebration Key and the one that you are actually showing right there. So how beautiful is she?
Oh, I just want to live on that beach. And those water slides, I mean, wow. Scary. Scary but
Yes.
fun.
Yes, exactly. It is, and it's going to be really, it's not set. So we'll start off by saying we are expecting for her to be completely, ready to go in 2025 in the summer, to be exact. So, we're really excited. And we have 5 different portals that, I'd love to share with the audience so they can get familiar with Celebration Key. So the
Absolutely.
first one, yeah, if you want to go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say that you really have designed it for everybody. We know that Carnival is fun, so it appeals to younger people, middle-aged people, older people. It's got a little bit of everything. And I feel like this island really has something for everyone. And so we could start off just going through each, you said 5, you call them portals. Is that correct?
Yes, we call them, yeah, and there's 5 unique portals. They're like activation portals. And I definitely want to tell you a little bit about them. So we have a little bit of everyone, like you mentioned, being as multi-generational cruise lines as we are, our average age demographic will surprise a lot of people. It's 54, and that's because we have more families than any other cruise lines. We have more seniors than any other cruise line. And so we have a really great mix. And this island encompasses very much what we stand for, which is a multi-generational cruise line. So we'll start off with Paradise Plaza. And that's really like our kind of like a greeting area, right? It's where we have our activation where we meet guests. There's going to be live music and entertainment there to just kind of welcome everyone in to Celebration Key. And then we move
And I
on
just
to,
want to point out, you don't have to tender when you go to Celebration Key. You have your own port. People can walk off their ship and go straight in, correct?
yes, and that's really what makes it, just like some of our other islands, that's really what makes it incredible. And we actually have made this island so that it can fit our largest vessels, which are our newest Excel class ships.
Excellent. So everybody walks on in Paradise Plaza, they get greeted, they're excited, they're having fun already. And then what are some of your portions of the island or your portals where they're specific to different groups of people?
Thank you. So yeah, so we have the next activation portal, which is Calypso Lagoon. We just named it Calypso Lagoon. So we are working on the names. Not all of them have been named, but Lagoon is our adult-friendly portal. And I really love that we've done that because you go on a cruise for a different reason, and you may go on a family cruise this year, and next year you might go on an adults only. So how amazing is it to get off the island and be able to have, swim up bars and be able to sit in the bar and just have adults that are your age, and you have cabanas and, full service restaurants. So it's like a nice little getaway when you're on the island as well.
Awesome. And then you have a family specific area. So if families with smaller children or middle-aged children want to hang out and have a little bit of a louder vibe or not worrying about allowing their children to run around, you have an area for them as well?
Yes, and right now we haven't given it rather a name. We just call it the family friendly portal island for right now, but it's perfect for kids and families, of course, including the teenagers. There's a laguna, a beach. We have splash areas for the little one. There's going to be some sports courts for the kids to play. A lot of different places for kids of different ages, which again, just like on board, we have our Camp Ocean, which divides up the ages. So there's something fun for everyone to do, floating cabanas, and of course, family dining restaurants. So you can all go as a family and have a great time. So that's going to be, I think, a really great portal just to be able to go, whether you're adult or a child, family is again traveling together. I'm excited. I'm excited to see that.
Now, you talked about Calypso Lagoon a little bit. You also have a club area that's private. So I believe Lagoon appeals to adults, but this adult only area is a private area and there are no children allowed in this area. Is that correct?
Well, it's more of we're calling it, like, right now it doesn't have a name, so we have an adults only private club portal. So we want to think of this for like those elevated experiences. We do
Okay.
plan on using this for, let's say you wanted to do a wedding, or again you wanted to do maybe like an anniversary, or any kind of celebration that you want to do on the island. You can expect to see some events happening there, but we also have more of an exclusive private area as well for adults. So it's a little bit of everything, a little mix of that, I guess I should say. So I think it's going to be great. A lot of people want to go and kind of have a wedding or celebrate, an anniversary and have a small gathering, small or large, and you can do that actually at that portal
Absolutely.
reference.
If I could get
Yeah,
married on the island, how low stress would that be? That would be amazing. Everybody can
I
do what they want.
know.
They come have the wedding, you eat, and then you go do whatever you want again. Sounds
I
fabulous.
know, I know. I think it's so underrated sometimes because I actually have to travel to the Caribbean for a wedding in about 2 weeks. It's a May 18th weekend. And it's great, right? Like, I'm going to go, it's a couple days, but to be able to go, like, I can't imagine how much better to be able to go on a cruise. So you're on a vacation
Right.
and then the wedding, and you stay on there 5, 6, 7 days, however long the cruise is. It takes it up a notch for sure.
Absolutely. And then the last area, I don't want to miss this because obviously we all love shopping. And this is your shopping portal, correct?
It is. And we have a name for that one. And so if your audience wants to pronounce it with me, it's Lacono Cove. And I know it's like we have some very interesting names, but this name is actually very powerful. And what Carnival did in Carnival fashion was to make it fun, right? And so we had the Bahamian people. We did a contest. There was a prize, cash prize, and different Bahamian residents gave us names. And Lacono is very special because I didn't know this, and so your audience can learn something today, like I did. So Lacono is the name of the original Bahamian people, right? And so it means the people. So I thought it was so great to have an activation portal that kind of really brings in that Bahamian culture. And so it is a retail portal. You can expect a lot of showcasing from the Bahamian culture, a lot of like arts and crafts and kind of artisan products. So we're going to have art exhibitions again. I think there's going to be like a mural wall, and we'll also have live performances there. Some jewelry shopping, of course, some duty free shopping, because you can't go on a cruise and not have that, right?
Yes,
So it'll be
absolutely.
a lot of fun. Yes.
Oh, awesome. Well, I'm super excited for Celebration Key. You said again it's coming out in 2025. Is that correct?
It is 2025, and I know some of your viewers are probably wondering. I want to go and be one of the first people on Celebration Key, rather. And I can tell you, we have a couple of cruises that are already there. Out of Miami, you're going to be able to see the sunrise. Port Canaveral, you can have our Mardi Gras, as well as some of our other ships that are definitely going to be making a stop in Celebration Key. So we are targeting around June of 2025. So, definitely start asking and start looking to plan that cruise so you can be one of the first people to be able to, set foot on Celebration Key.
Absolutely. Now, I didn't want to miss this opportunity to talk to you about your newest ship because she's absolutely beautiful, and I wanted to give you a chance to talk to our viewers about her, the Frenze. Did I pronounce it correctly?
Molto bene. Yes, you did an amazing job. I've learned a little bit of Italian, right? Just with the newer ships, because we did have the Venezia last year that's leaving out of New York. And of course, now we have the Carnival Firenze. And this is a new theme with Carnival. And I think it's really great. It's called Carnival Fun Italian Style. And so the ships were from our sister line, I should say, Costa. And we were able to take two of the ships from Costa, and we've basically, for lack of a better word, we've carnivalized it. I think the ships are not what you would expect on a Carnival cruise, because you are getting more of a European vibe and a European feel. But as I mentioned, we do have ships out of Europe. And so this kind of brings that European feel back home for those guests that want to maybe go to the Caribbean, but they want a ship that feels a little bit different. Still the same Carnival fun, just a little bit more elevated. And some of the spaces, you're going to see very open spaces. It's going to be a lot of like marble throughout. Again, that very European feel. And as I mentioned, we carnivalize it. So a lot of the bars have espresso and a lot of bubbly, and just a lot of the drinks and food that you would expect in Italy or in Europe.
So you almost get a double vacation, because I know that she's sailing out of Long Beach, California, going down into Mexico. So you get your vacation to Mexico, but while you're on board, you almost get your vacation to Italy as well.
Yeah, so on either side of the country. So if you do the Firenze, you're going to be able to do like Cabo and all those different places that are going into Mexico. And then if you do it on the East Coast, you'll have more of the Caribbean stops. Either one, they're both fun Italian style. And like you said, it's like a 2-for-1. I'm going to start saying it that way from now on, because you're absolutely right.
Now, my favorite part about Italy is the food. And so I would have to imagine that you have some pretty incredible restaurants on the ship.
We do. So for your guest, and for everyone that's watching and tuning in, we just had her debut last week. I was able to do the Venezia in New York, but some of our team in the West Coast rather were there for the inaugural just last week. And one of the things that we were talking about and that they mentioned is how a lot of the guests and partners that were on board were asking, like, and this is for real, like this legitimately happened, is wait a minute, is this the food that, like, when you're on a cruise, like these are the food that the guests are going to be able to enjoy? Like, they didn't believe it was that good. And so they responded yes. Like, my colleagues were like, no, this is the food from the menu. So we have a couple different restaurants, but part of the reason that the food is so different, and it's not just on the Carnival, Firenze or Venezia. Those two just have more of an Italian style flair. But Emer Lagasse recently took over our entire dining restaurant and menu, and has added 15 new dishes throughout. Oh, wow. And so, yeah, that really has just kind of been a game changer for us. So he's really making some strides when it comes to our menu, and just making sure that we're elevating, again, that dining experience. And so on the Venezia and the Firenze, you can expect a lot of the dishes that you would get in Cucina del Capitano, which are, for those that are new, that's a restaurant we have throughout a lot of our ships. But it's kind of a specialty dining. But on these two ships, it's actually in the dining room. So that's really what makes it and takes it above and beyond. And guests have really responded well to it. So really good stuff, really great stuff.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait for all of our guests to try out your beautiful ships and to be able to go to Celebration Key because it looks phenomenal. I really just want a chair in that pool behind you, and I would be totally happy. So, if anybody's interested in booking their Carnival cruise or their trip on their Carnival cruise to Celebration Key, you can reach out to your Expedia Cruises of OVC travel consultant. So, thanks so much for being with us today, Brisma. I hope to hear from you again soon. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. Thank you. I will be joining you. We'll do the pull-up bar. You and I will sit there. We'll have a drink. And I
Sounds
can't wait to see
fabulous.
the rest of you on board. And thank you so much again for having me. I truly appreciate being here and spending this time with you today.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye bye.